The one Sahabi that sees Dajjal in this form is the Palestinian companion. And that is undoubtedly somewhat connected to the Dajjal in that area and what will come out of that area of tyranny, of deception, and Dajjal himself. That somewhere around there, that this vision of Dajjal was captured. That's number one. Number two, if someone were to say, well, how come we can't just find these people on Google Maps? Did they leave the island? Did they go somewhere else? Has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala restrained him in some place? Did Tamim see him like in a dream? Because maybe they, like Allah Azza wa Jal, allowed them to enter into a different, like alim in some port, which is another discussion altogether. Like, did they see them in another type of vision? All of that is completely irrelevant for the following reasons. Number one, you're still finding uncontacted people today. I just want you to go to Google News, not Google Maps, and just search making contact with uncontacted people, and you'll see, subhanAllah, every month almost, you'll find that there are people that have never been contacted by the rest of civilization. Or at least, it's not that they find them that frequently, but there are news articles about where such people might exist, and I don't remember where exactly, but not too long ago, right, where they were actually showing a people from satellite imagery that they had come across, human beings that had never been in contact with any of human civilization before. Put that on the side. The same thing that I would say for Ya'juj and Ma'juj, and the same thing that I would say for any of these types of ahadith, the genre of these ahadith, stay away from knowledge that doesn't benefit you. Do not be one of those people that waits around for something to confirm something that's already there and then to say, aha, see? And then to express skepticism in the meantime. Not a single companion of the Prophet ﷺ said, well, let's go find the island. And after this narration, as the Sahaba spread Islam throughout the world, none of them said, let's go find that island that Tamim talked to us about. They understood that this was a miracle that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had exposed to this particular companion and that group of people, by the way, that were with him, that had seen and encountered this particular individual, right? The last thing that I'll say here is that some of the scholars say that when it comes to a Dajjal in particular, and the forms of a Dajjal and what he appears as, realize that even the Prophet ﷺ was unsure about if Dajjal was a man by the name of Ibn Sayyad, who was also a satanic type of individual, right? That the Sahaba had encountered. Meaning, if you see people that have these types of qualities, there are many versions of Dajjal, right? Many deceivers and people that dwell in that world of jinn and shayateen, and that dwell in that world of sorcery and soothsaying. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for protection from them. So none of these narrations are meant to become scientific explorations for you or for you to hinge your iman, to hinge your faith on these things. But to simply take it at face value and to say Allah and His Messenger know best, and to take it from the companions. Don't wait until like 2028 where they come across an island maybe and like we found it and then we found like some chains that were there and then you start posting this hadith and saying, I believed it all along. I believe it already. I don't need any of these things to happen because Allah and His Messenger know best, and Allah Azza wa Jalla allows us to see what He wants us to see at any point. And just like, and this is the last thing that I'll mention in this regard, just like there are creatures that exist around you that you can't see, right? There are creatures that exist around you that you can't see. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can peel back a layer of the dimension of dunya around whoever He wants, whenever He wants. And the goal of the companions was to be so truthful with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they worshipped Allah, the greatest of al-ghayb, as if they could see Him, even though they knew that they could not see Him. However, He could always see them.